All right, and welcome to the first, I think this is the first non-skirmish map we've covered here on the channel. And man, so we are on rocky slopes. This is a contention, and I just like to look at that flag. But anyways, I'll try not to ogle the flags too much, but I probably will. It's fairly early in this one. Yeah, we missed the first few minutes, but neither side is halfway through battle ready. And it has been back and forth on this point. I've watched it, so we'll see how that goes. But we have, see, we were just at 310, so I don't know. Last round, it was server maxed on Contention, Wheatfield. So I'm excited to see how this one goes. And yeah, I mean, it's Contention. Yeah, you know, it's Contention. I know this is brilliant commentary, exactly what you have come to expect here on the channel, but the CSA seems that's exactly what you should be doing. That's exactly right. Camp the down flag. Yeah, if you want to put your own flag on it, that's fine. You also have another one down here and another one down there. So that's at least 3 flags down for the Union. I don't know if this one...
Hey, we're by Itzio.
Way up here. That is also a Union flag. Strangely, those Union coming out of spawn are not going to get it. I guess they've been deterred by the dynamic duo that is camping it. But anyways, that's that. Maybe they figured that they don't have to. We got a little ambush group here, led by Blake. I'm sorry for not doing the officers, but I started a little late. I was finagling some stuff, and it doesn't really matter. But it was a powerhouse list of officers when I checked earlier. So we'll see who's actually, yeah, I mean, in terms of the who's who of who we frequently get, I'll try to unmute all the officers. I mean, it's a lot of strong ones, and so we see that they are dispersed on both sides, and so hopefully that makes for a good one. I found that this point in particular feels like the Union should have the advantage of the concealment in the corn more often than not, and this is with limited play on Contention. It's probably more 50-50, but it feels like once you get embedded there, it can be pretty hard to knock you out, especially if the other side can't coordinate. But it feels like the Union still have a way in through the corn and the concealment that can offer. Whereas if the CSA are coming up from the rocky slopes, it's much harder to do that if they're also not going to go into the corn. But here the Union,
Right here, boys. They're charging right
they don't need no stinking flag. They don't need it. Well, actually they did, but I like that they weren't just going to sit there and do nothing about it. They're about even on tickets. And frankly, with the way War of Rights is, it's a bit odd for a game that kind of made at its core the formation system and the ticket system. It seems like with the changes that have come in, those things matter far less, particularly in Contention. You can't really say tickets don't matter in Conquest. They do. Conquest still my favorite game mode. Let the downvotes begin, but yeah, I still like it more, and it still matters a bit more in skirmish. But in Contention, it doesn't feel like the tickets frequently matter, and it's more about who gets to control an area. Well, I was going to say that there might be a silver lining if the Union gets its flag out. It doesn't look good. Of course, tickets can matter if the end of the round, right, if they split the who controls the flags, and it comes down to a, well, you know, you broke to one further level than us, then we win. Yeah, that's fine. I think tickets could be made to matter a lot more if the devs just ended the end round mechanic that rather than looking at the stage, look at the ticket level and the stage, or I should say the stage and then the ticket level to award a winner. Right? Because there's a big difference between you end round and one group is like one ticket away from going breaking the last stand, and then the other group just went breaking. Right? They had been taking losses for a long time and generally been dominating, but the game would treat them as if they were tied, when one side, I think, pretty clearly had beaten the other. So, not that any of that's going to happen, because
Small flag is most likely correct.
you know, we tend not to get those changes. But that's okay. And like ships passing in the night, those flags, enemy flags, just ran right past each other. So I wonder if they're gonna friendly fire this one. But this can be the nature of watching a contention map. That was quite the air burst. When one side has more or less decided to give up the point, and there's still time on the clock. While I'm sitting here talking to fill in the space that is all of this, maybe just like a vote to move on to the next point, like just a we'll give up to move on. I mean, we can see that they're gonna try to move in here. 2 flags to spawn people. You do have that clump of rocks. CSA has a pretty good concave around it. Now, if that Union group can pick this part off, that's great. I'm not sure why. I don't think it would have mattered much. I was thinking why those other 2 Union groups didn't join this one. Attacking all along the front can work if you get a break somewhere. But I think more often than not, you end up spreading yourselves thin and you're going in to stab, but it's a shootout. Alright, so the 4th Union group, they actually did make it over here. I don't know if this was a planned delayed crossing. I don't think it's going to matter much because the other 3 groups are so shot up. They do have 2 flags spawning people in there, but I think it's going to be a bit of a trickle. Okay. Yeah, you do. I think you do. And so we'll see where the next point is. It's gonna be a hike. Now we are getting a lot of the best map in War of Rights. It is Colquitt's defense. I would say if you don't know, but you should all know that at this point. And so I can't really complain about rocky slopes, but I will. But it's over there, which is not that far from the point of contention on Colquitt's defense. I guess at this point, while those, you know, I would ignore them and then something interesting might actually happen. Well, you have a Confederate blob. And then somewhere else is probably a Union blob. Well, there's a Union guy. Yeah, there is. The CSA appear to have the inside track on that. They got a long tail, though. But that's the nature of... Alright, so we're up over 300. That's the good news. CSA also has a manpower advantage. Real quick check on the arty. So CSA is up by 6. They have 10 in arty. Union has 10 in arty, so there's no advantage there. Alright. The more we know. And I believe the CSA was sitting pretty in its position here. I mean, this is... I would be concerned if I was a CSA arty guy here because they could just come right over there. And there's not too much you can do, or not too much you can see in advance. For, I believe this is all Union arty. For them, I feel like you can generally keep the threats in front of you and they're below you. Unless you really lose track of them. Friend. I think you're going to need some help. We'll see what you can do here. Okay, you got the bayonet on. You're running. You whiffed this shot. Classic War of Rights. Alright. And you're finishing your reload. Well, like I said, good thing it's the formation... And you died. Okay. Yeah. Good thing the formation system doesn't matter. I'm more curious now how the Union approaches this. Having lost the first point, And also found a way to go down heavily on tickets. I thought they were about tied on tickets earlier. But the CSA still has a quarter of a morale stage until they would go engaged. So somewhere in there, I guess it was on the back end, the Union took a lot of out-of-formation deaths. And so, we have Viceroy's group squaring off against... Who is this over here? I don't know who that is. And I'm guessing that is 2 other Union groups. So let's see if the CSA recognizes the threat and gets their flags over. Maybe they're just trying to hide their flags back. They have a second group here that could support. Remember, Union Arty is not far off.
Here they come. East. Here they come.
It's true. He's not lying. And like a lot of Civil War engagements, it's close range. Right? Colquitt's defense, rocky slopes, whatever you want to call it. It's an open map, but a lot of the engagements took place at close range. I don't know how well the Union shots work, but the CSA shots seem to hit their target. Now the Union's going to try a flanking maneuver. You can always try it. Yeah. Oh, and now there's rain. So.
Why is Blake all the way over there?
Alright, so you got a Union group down here that is... Wait a minute. You have a Union group down here that is shooting at a CSA group that is up there. Okay. This, I get. That I get. I get that. You have... Yep, that makes sense. That, I don't get. Yeah. And now they realize that it was a 3v2 unless the third CSA company shows up. Huh. Huh. A brutal shot.
Come on, get up.
And there's, I think that's Cornwallis's group that was down there. They were at least in a position to contest this. That group was not. That Union flag is pulling out. Yeah. Right, and now this Union group is charging. I think the Union was, it was the right idea. Just that flag needs to get with its friendlies and spawn friendlies on point. That looked cool. Okay, and so I guess the Union will get it. CSA just exhausted all of its reserves there, unless Blake's got a group back here with a flag. They have a friendly flag down there. That's a Union flag down there. The Union needs to get their flags up as well. This is a CSA group, I think. Those are two CSA groups? Yeah. Huh. Huh. I would have thought the direct route was the best one. I think flanking has a much better lore than it does a track record. And the Union's about to have 4 flags on point and control of the point of contention that they wrested from the CSA, who was on point, had time to set up. And I think 3 companies were right and 1 was wrong. And that's how it all changed. You know it's CSA over there because Union already is finding them. All right, the gray clad are coming out. Here's one group. We got a second officer over. Actually, I don't know if it's a second officer. All right, Union's getting healthy up here with 3 companies. 3? Yeah, 3 companies. All right, CSA's got 3 flags. Now the rest of the CSA are coming out of the woods. I guess the Union is content to let the CSA decap while they try to get healthy. Huh. I think that's a CSA flag, and I think that's a Union one. My goodness! Both sides just absolutely hate this point. The Arty just... maybe they love it, but... I don't think team kills matter. I'm certainly missing something, and no matter what angle, even though we have the benefit of this eye in the sky, it seems like the Union flags are better positioned to spawn in their friendlies. But I guess that's because the flags are being ordered or suggested to stay back, but it seems like the Union's able to get them in here and just spawn behind that fence usually. Holy moly. I want to check the caissons after this. The CSA got that flag up. And with not that many guys left. Like, the Union has numbers here. CSA does too, for sure. These are close range engagements.
23rd B, 23rd B on me, 23rd B on me, 23rd B, there's your on me, jump over here.
Some fancy shooting. CSA looks more comfortable now defending the point from behind it. And they have the rocks to do it. I don't know, I found on both sides of those rocks, when it comes to Arty, Yeah, if you can get it to hit the ground and explode on the ground, you can do a lot more. But if you're just slamming the shells into the face of the rock, it's really only killing people on that face of the rock. And there isn't anybody there. That looked cool. Saw the ragdoll. The drummer survived. Didn't even flinch.
Crouch to shoot, boys. Stand to reload, crouch to shoot.
These guys, you want to be in the waist.
I'm surprised that these guys, those two companies, are not doing a ton of more damage
Aim for that
to that group when they have their flank. But I think maybe my eye in the sky is...
Shaft.
No, they have, like, good angles on that CSA group. Oh, so does... Was that Union already?
Only little pussies use cannons.
Yeah, I bet that these guys, though, have excellent enfilade shots on that group on the fence. So that's the view from those two Union companies.
Spread it
Over
out.
here, we have a third.
All right, spread it out.
They got high ground. They got some hard cover. I just don't love it.
Spread it out. Use the
Sure.
entire space you have.
All right, and there's the fourth flag being escorted off by the other side. Well, if you were aiming for the flag, you missed, but somebody else dropped it. Yeah. What is going on with that sun? When I zoom in, the shadow goes away. It's disturbing. Anyways, I think this Union group down here is playing Anvil in case there's a point spawning back there. Yeah, I'm not too sure what we're doing here. CSA is going to go down to taking losses shortly. And the Union over here. Another good hit by Union Arty. I mean, if the Union can't take this point, I don't know what point you could take. With that Arty support. You got a big old CSA charge coming downhill. I think the Union's cleaning up around those rocks. Seem to be doing okay right here. But the Gray Clad are doing better on the point. This group might... That was definitely friendly fire. I mean, if not, a CSA guy stole the guns. Yeah, and it looks like Confederates are cleaning up that side, so... Alright. Artie's dumping what it's got. I guess this is the time to check those cases. And that one's still pretty full.
Beautiful shit.
Probably. Still a lot of ammo in that one.
Same spot again. There's more.
Not
more
so much.
Rebels moving in from the left.
Not so much. And not so much. Alright, and that's the Union going to last stand, so I think that's going to be the end of this one. I mean, it's all but the end. Right? And this one is on a flagpole. It's very near to Union spawn. Union's probably thinking, geez, why couldn't we have gotten this earlier? But they didn't. I don't know if it's any friendlier to CSA Artie.
No, this is literally like 2 seconds away from spawn. This is why I hate Contention.
Yeah. Because the best part of War of Rights is running around. Anyways, it should be pretty easy shooting. What did we get to? We got to a full server on here. Does the Union not have a flag to put up? It's got 2 down. And CSA may just feel like just knock out the Artie guys because nobody's respawning at this point. On the Union side. I would bet that's Cornwallis's group. I feel like they're usually... I was wrong. I apologize. I feel like I've done that to him twice, where I assumed it was his group that was in spread formation. CSA is broken through here in the center. See the CSA is starting to press up towards Union spawn. And it's just a matter of time. CSA group that was over there cleaned out the Artie. All the Union can do is try to pull flags down now, I think. Probably none of them are going to go flag bearer in last stand. Yeah, that's Virginia.
Because I hate all the other officers.
Yeah. That's a compelling reason. Okay. Well, not all contention matches have to go long. That's nice to see. We'll see if the casualties really make a difference, but it's contention. It's probably not going to be the best factor. Yeah, casualties almost dead even. All right, hope you enjoyed it.